So let's jump right into the actual etymology of the name. The name Nissan comes from the word nes, which means miracles, and because the reason is because it is the month of miracles. It's the month of Nisim. The Talmud says that somebody that sees Nissan in a dream should expect miracles. Nisei Nisim Nasim Lo. And the word itself, nes, comes from the word banner. Banner or a flag, which is raised up. Something which is raised up. Something which is above nature. So we've got nature, and we've got, like we spoke about in last month, the month of Adar, there's constantly miracles going on. Nature itself is a code word for miracles. But the thing is that we don't always see those miracles. Those miracles are hidden. They're within nature, and we have to peer through. So once we've gone through the process of the month of Adar, we're looking for the miracles that are within nature. Now we get the revealed miracles. And these are the miracles which are above nature. And specifically, they have to do with the miracles that are associated with the month. And that is the Exodus out of Egypt, where we came out of Egypt, 600,000 men, women, and children came out of Egypt in the middle of the day. It started off at midnight, but in the middle of the day, broad daylight. And that was a miracle in and of itself. Then the crossing of the Sea of Reeds, of the Yam Suf, that was a miracle. And the month of Nisan is associated with the miraculous. And looking outside of our homes and just looking outside, we basically see that nature itself is now starting to reveal itself. And now we see the beautiful things that were going on within nature, and now they are being revealed. So it is essentially a month of revealed miracles. Now those miracles are expressed in our lives in a direct way. So the Talmud now says that there's two heads of the year, and we're gonna jump into this concept of the head of the year. There's two heads of the year. There's the head of the year, which is Tishrei. That's the beginning of the year. The first official month is where Rosh Hashanah is. It's where the major bulk of the holidays are. We've got Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot are in that month. So it's the head of the year. But then we have another head of the year, and that is Nisan. It's the head of the year for, the Talmud says, for kings, for months, and for the holidays. Now, what does that mean for kings? So every year there was we consider a king that ruled based on reaching the month of Nisan. So if a king was in office for 20 years, so it's considered that he reached the year when Nisan clocks in. So once Nisan is in, so he's reached that year. Now the head of the year of the months. So now the Torah tells us in Exodus, in Parshat Bo, Chodesh hazeh lachem rosh chodashim hu. Rishon hu lachem chodesh hashana. This is the first month, and it's the head of the year for you, for the counting of the months. So we've got a head of the year for years, and we've got the head of the year for months. So the head of the month cycle, in other words, that most important month is Nisan. It's a bit confusing. We've got the head of the year, and we think that the first month starts at the beginning of the year. But it's not like that. We've got these two heads of the year. We've got the head of the year of years and the head of the year of months. Now, what does that mean? So it's explained that there are two ways that God governs the world. And he governs the world in the form of the head of the year, and a Tishrei form of a way, where Tishrei is, God is within nature, and he's hidden within nature, and nature is meant for us to reveal and utilize and to really raise up. And that's the head of the year. So we start off the year with a certain sense of hiddenness, where we feel distant from God, and we have to beseech Him on Rosh Hashanah, on Yom Kippur. Finally, we get that revelation on Sukkot. But that whole progress of coming through, of working through our obscurities, our hiddenness, is what the head of the year is all about. Now we come to the head of the months. The word month in Hebrew is Chodesh. Chodesh means Chadash. Chadash means new. And it also comes from the word Chidush. Chidush is a novelty. So we have a novelty, we have a chidush. When you say somebody says a novel idea, novel thought, that's a chidush that wasn't there before. When you have a new thought, a new idea, a new recognition, new realization of something, that is a chidush that you have within you. So the way the world works in the natural order is that there's, so to speak, no chidushim, there's no newness. It's the year. Shana. Shana comes from the word shoneh. Shana means year, but it means that it repeats itself. And whereas we have a chidush, we have a chodesh, it's a novelty, it's a newness. And within us, it means that we are tapping into the newness of existence, the newness of life, the newness of ourselves. We're coming to know ourselves again, and we are ready to now renew. Now, I think basically the greatest secret one of the greatest secrets of life is the ability to renew oneself at each and every moment, each and every year, regardless of age, regardless of what a person did, how a person stumbled, where a person was. The main thing is to pick oneself up and to start over again. To start over again, to make that chidush, because we close ourselves off and we limit ourselves, and we're like, well, we can't do this much. We did this, so how could I get over that? So the answer is that every single moment is really a new moment. Every single moment, like we learned in Kabbalah Academy, the constant recreation of the world happens every single moment. That God makes a chidush every single day. So the head of the year of that recognition, of that realization, of internalizing that message is there in a very potent form, in a very concentrated form, in the month of Nissan. Yes, in this month is where we get the essence of this secret of rejuvenation, of starting anew, of really having that fresh start and recognizing that everything is really a miracle. Life itself is a miracle. And to expect unbelievable revealed miracles is what this month is all about. So it's the head of the year for the recognition of newness, of starting over again, of the miracle, that the miraculous is not only available, but it is possible. That we don't just live, hoping that there will be a miracle. Life itself is a miracle. That every single second is a miracle. And that recognition is something that we really take in this month. So now, the head of the year is